Cassie immediately recognized Roxana. So like her mother's painting, though Roxana's dress and pose were different in Luke's, quite different. Why did I refuse to listen to Mom whenever she tried to tell me about our heritage? Guilt engulfed Cassie. How many times had she stormed away from her mother whenever she brought up the topic of their lineage? Hundreds. The only time her mother mentioned the Morvicti was when she was afraid the Brotherhood was closing in on them. Now there were so many things to learn about her new life. Cassie knew it might be foolish to take precious time to study the portrait, no matter how brief, but she couldn't help herself. Were the answers she needed hidden in this painting? Sitting on a large golden throne, Roxana wore a crown, held a scepter, and was adorned in regal purple attire. On a table next to the beautiful woman was a golden chalice that reminded Cassie of the one her mother had. Her mom had told her that they were related to Roxana, but had never said how important her great-great-aunt was to the Morvicti. From Luke's painting, Cassie determined the woman was much more important than she'd ever imagined. Queen of the Morvicti? Probably. She tore her eyes away and continued making sure the rest of Luke's house was secure. Every entrance was locked up tight, which made her feel better about her situation, though only just a little. She came to the mirror in the hallway that Luke had told her about. Opening it, she walked into the safe room. It was quite impressive, a 10-by-10 space with a chair, a gun rack, a small fridge, and several monitors, which were being fed by security cameras located around the property. In this room, she could see everywhere. There was no one else around, inside or outside. She was alone. Satisfied that the home was secure, she returned to the kitchen and set her gun down on the counter. The rain had stopped, and the sky was clearing. Her mother's phone buzzed. She recognized Luke's number on the caller ID. Cassie, I'm 2 minutes from the house. I got your mom out of the morgue, and I spoke with Rom. He just landed, so I'll be there before he arrives. What happens next? Once Rom gets to the house, he will tell us the plan. Don't worry. He always works everything out. When you hear me in the driveway, go ahead and open the garage door. I certainly will, and thank you, Luke, for everything. Sweetheart, no need to thank me. That's just what we do for each other. Stay on the line until I get there. She grabbed her gun. I just disarmed the alarm and opened the garage door. She stared at the road and listened for Luke's vehicle. Damn, he swore. What's happening? 2 black SUVs just turned onto my road behind me. A shock went through her body. That's probably Alan with more black masked assholes. Get back in the house, close the garage door, and rearm the security system. I'm sure they're on to me since I have their brother's body. I'll be past the house and lead them away. Be careful. With her heart racing, she hit the button that lowered the garage door. Then she went back into the house and reactivated the security system. Cassie stared at the panic button on the panel. Luke, why don't I set the alarm off? Won't that bring the police? Not the police, but it will bring help. It's a good idea. But wait. If the alarm goes off as they drive by, it will alert them to your location. Let me lead them far enough away before you hit that button. Okay. With the gun in one hand and the other hand hovering close to the security panel, she held her breath and waited. Cassie, one of the vans just pulled into my driveway. Oh no. She tightened her grip on her gun and pressed the panic button. Luke's security siren started to wail. They must know where I live. The strain in his voice could not be missed. The other SUV is still following me. Get to the safe room. She raced to the mirror, keeping the phone to her ear. She could hear tires squealing and the sound of gunfire. Luke, talk to me. I'm okay. Are you in the safe room yet? She opened the secret door, jumped inside, and locked herself in. I am now. On one of the monitors, she could see a black SUV pull up to the front of the house. 3 men, all in black, wearing those horrible masks, jumped out. 2 carried assault rifles, with the third holding an axe. Apparently their weapon of choice. They bolted to the front door. She turned to another monitor that had a better view of Luke's porch. One of the men with a gun fired at the lock until it released. Luke, they're inside your house now. She could still hear gunfire echoing through her mother's phone. Where are you? Close. Don't. Out. Rom. Almost. The line went dead. In a panic, she tried to call Luke again. No answer. On the monitor, she saw the black masks searching all the rooms. Please, Luke, be safe. I can't lose someone else. Not again. One of the men's voices came through a speaker. She's not in here. Kitchen is empty, another yelled. but there's a note to the half-blood on the counter. They're searching for me. The guy with the axe stood staring up at the painting of Roxana. The bitch isn't in the living room either. She recognized the axe-wielding bastard's voice. It's Alan Wade. Her car's in the garage, one of the other men shouted. She's got to be somewhere in here. Or she might be hiding outside. The other gunman ran to the back door. I'll check the perimeter. If we have to tear every board of this place apart to find her, we will. Wade's voice, which had once seemed warm to her, now sounded like fingernails on a chalkboard. He removed his mask, clearly unconcerned about her identifying him. He's going to kill me. She shook her head in defiance. Unless I kill him first. Wade picked up one of the long fireplace matches. We can burn this place down with her inside. A wicked, twisted smirk appeared on his face as he lit the match. Did you hear me, Cassie? I know you are here. If you don't come out right now, I'm going to make sure you are burned alive. She glared at the monitor. It took everything inside her not to rush out of the safe room with her gun firing, taking the scum down. She thought about O'Malley's words on what needed to happen for her to lose the rookie title. Do you have to be led by the hand through every procedure? What would he do in this situation? He would be smart. He would stay put. So that was exactly what she was going to do. The justice O'Malley and her mother deserved would have to wait. Wade frowned. Suit yourself. Stay hidden like a little mouse. I'll pull your disgusting half-blood body from the ashes. Then I will chop off your head and rid our world of yet another abomination for good. She watched in horror as Wade set the painting of Roxana on fire, and then moved on to the drapes. He's destroying Luke's beautiful home. Come out, wherever you are, Cassie, Wade taunted, continuing to light the furniture on fire. What choices did she have? Stay, or try to escape undetected. The room might survive machine gun fire and a hurricane, but Luke had said nothing about fire. Did it have its own ventilation system that would give her enough oxygen should the house burn to the ground? And even if the answer was yes, what then? With its Kevlar walls, the safe room would likely remain intact, which would reveal to Wade her hiding place once the fire died down. Wouldn't the local fire department be arriving soon? Would he wait that long? She just didn't know. It wouldn't matter because he couldn't get in. The safe room was totally secure, and Rom was coming. She decided to stay put. That's what O'Malley would do. Praying Luke was still okay, she dialed Rom's number. Cassandra? Luke's in trouble, Rom. The Brotherhood found us. They've set the house on fire. I'm close. Where are you? In Luke's safe room behind the mirror. You'll be okay there, Rom said. That room will withstand any blaze. Where's Luke? I don't know. The other SUV chased him. She feared the worst. I heard gunshots through the phone, and then his line went dead. Hang on, Cassandra. Don't leave that room for any reason until you see me. Knowing the odds were stacked against her, she understood it was best to stay put until backup arrived. Hurry, Rom! Once again, every bloody image from the night returned full force. O'Malley's severed head, her mother with the axe in her chest, the black mask askew on their killer's face. As soon as the cavalry shows, I'm going to take Wade and his 2 minions down. On one of the monitors, she saw a yellow utility van pull up next to the black SUV. More black masks? When she saw Luke get out, relief rolled through her. She recognized him from the photo Rom had sent to her. Luke was alive, thank God. How had he gotten away from the men in the other black SUV? She stared at the monitor and saw a blood stain on his shirt. He was shot, but that didn't seem to slow him down. Before she had a chance to call Rom, Cassie saw Luke race into the flames, which were multiplying by the second. He ran down the hallway. Luke was coming for her. Then on another monitor, a terrifying image appeared. Wade, with his axe in hand, running after Luke, who was clearly unaware that he was being followed. Adrenaline shot through her veins, and faster than she'd ever moved in her life, Cassie opened the safe room's door and aimed her gun past Luke straight at Wade. In a millisecond, all the possible targets on the Ranger's body flashed in her mind. If she chose wrong, the axe might hit Luke. She squeezed the trigger and shot Wade in the arm. He dropped the axe, and it slid across the floor, coming to a stop just inches from Luke's feet. Wade reached in his jacket and pulled out a gun. Her second shot hit him in the heart before he could fire. Wade groaned and collapsed to the floor. Blood soaked his shirt and poured from his unmoving mouth and now deaf ears. He was the second man she'd killed today. He was dead, and finally she had a clear view of his violet palms. You're quite the sharpshooter, Cassie. Luke coughed several times before adding, "You saved my life."
More gunshots could be heard outside. You've been listening to Morvicti Execution, Episode 7, Ashes in the Mirror.
New episodes drop every Monday and Friday, or you can binge the full series early on patreon.com/Lee Swift. If you're enjoying the story, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell to stay in the loop. Thanks for listening. See you next time.